is just the start.
Hey y'all, thanks for stopping by the obviously Lee Authentic channel. My name's Leah, that's spelled Lea and not Leah. So we're talking about Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, y'all. That episode was a kiki. it was definitely a filler episode, but it was a kiki for me because I saw different clips from The Housewife and the Hustler, which is the Hulu documentary on Erica and Tom, and y'all, I don't know if that documentary was laced with fallacies. I know there were some things that I do know that were true, but all in all, y'all, that documentary was damning. It was bad. Like, I was like, baby, and we're going to talk about it closer to the end, but I was like, yo, they should be ashamed of themselves. But let's get into it. So the episode opens up and it's like 3 days have passed and we see Erica and she's on her way to Sutton's house because Sutton decides to have like a Parisian themed house party, just to have a house party because she's been itching to have a house party during the Panasonic. So then while she's in the car, we hear this monologue and she's heavy breathing like, like she's so distraught that she just had this quickie divorce because she know that man going down. And she's like, in the voiceover, it's like, you never really know what's going on behind closed doors. I said, Erica, you got on your best acting chops. Snaps, mama, snaps. So then as time is going on, like she gets to the house and there's like that scene that everyone keeps playing of Erica walking into Sutton's house like, I'm here. What's up? And I'm like, and it's a mess. This episode made me remember how much I loved old Housewives because it was like everybody was trying to make a moment and it was just so dramatic and so like unrealistic as to why people were acting this way, and Erica gave me that. So it flashed forwards to 3 days early, and Kyle's having an election party, which I didn't like. When the election was going on, I just wanted to know the results. I voted. I just wanted to know the results. I ain't cared. Like, I was so anxious. But Garcelle and Erica are not showing up to the party, but all the other women are in attendance. And we end up hearing about Kyle versus Dorit, and we'll talk about that when Dorit gets to the house. But Sutton gets there. She's there with her store manager. He's a cute black boy. And they walking around. Dorit gets there, and then we see Crystal and RHOBH come. Mind you, I feel like Crystal is dragging out her beef with Sutton right now because I totally understood her uncomfortableness at Lake Tahoe. Like, I got it. Sutton was being a whack-a-nut and she was doing too much, and I just think they legit had a miscommunication. But right now, I just feel like she's like, I don't know, she's just beating a dead horse now. Because now she's in the car with her husband and she's telling her husband, I've never had someone be so mean to me. And I was like, she wasn't really mean to you. She was petty, but she wasn't really mean to you. Like, she wasn't mean, in my opinion. But I did agree with how Crystal felt. I got how she felt, but I just was like, you kind of putting 20 on 10, and now you getting annoying. So, Lisa Rinna's outfit was ugly. I don't know why her half up, half down doesn't work for her. It didn't look cute, but like in her confessional look, she has half up, half down, and she looks beautiful. And that's that confessional look where it's like their name and they walk out and by their name down, and it's like normally their green screen thing. She looks really good there, but like that outfit with that hair was not it. It just wasn't it. Dorit's outfit wasn't it either because we end up finding out the theme was patriotic. So I didn't understand. My only thing was like, did you wear green to like spite Kyle, because everybody else either had on like blue or red or like a muted color, like a gray or something. But she in there with full on green, looking like a leprechaun. And even PK was like, girl, is you trying to represent the Irish? And I was like, yeah. So then we get a little bit more information with Kyle versus Dorit. Basically, they were on the plane heading back home to LA, and Dorit and Crystal were having a conversation. Well, Kyle interjected. She said, hey, can I say something? And it set Dorit off. And Dorit was basically like, you always are interrupting. You're always talking. So then they started arguing back and forth. And it got to the point where Kyle ended up crying. And Dorit was like, are you crying? Which I understood. I was like, why are you crying, Kyle? Y'all are both grown adults. Like, what are you upset about? And in my mind, I feel like Kyle... I don't know. I feel like Kyle was putting on with the crying. I got why she was upset, because maybe she didn't think Dorit was going to yell at her. It took her back. But I was just like, girl, chill out. So when Dorit gets to the house, Kyle is planning on having a conversation with her. Then we have Crystal, and Crystal sits down with all the ladies. And basically she divulges that she lost 5 pounds. Kathy's wacky self, it's like, oh, that's wonderful. And like, you can tell it wasn't really a good thing. So then Crystal lets on that, you know, she has been dealing with bulimia since she was 11. They showed the video about bulimia, how it was dangerous. And Crystal took pointers from the video that she saw in middle school or elementary school and started to do it. She said she stopped throwing up, or stop, like, I guess she said her bulimia peaked when she was in college. But the thing about it is, like, her parents don't know that she was a bulimic. So her father passed away not knowing, and her mom is still alive, and I guess she know now. But she tried to, like, Crystal made it seem like it was Sutton's fault. And I get it, stress, like, someone stressing you out could be that. But, like, I was with Sutton, don't blame that on me. And Sutton even said, I didn't make you lose 5 pounds, so don't do that. And I was like, yeah, I was like, girl, if the situation was that stressful and you couldn't eat, then why didn't you have enough money to get on a plane or get on a bus ride and take your ass back to your beautiful home in Beverly Hills? Like, you have enough money not to stay there. So I was like, don't blame that on Sutton. Like, don't do that, lady. Don't do that. So, then we have Kyle versus Dorit. I was on Dorit's side, and Dorit brought up a lot of points. I got what Kyle was saying. Kyle was like, don't ever talk to me like that again if you want to be friends. Well, they did a flashback to last season where Kyle told Dorit to shut the F up, and she did it twice. And Dorit was like, I never said don't talk to me like that ever again, and we're not going to be friends. Side note, this is my thing. I do think everyone has the right to tell someone in their relationship how they want to be treated and how they want to be spoken to. If Kyle says, don't talk to me like that or we not going to be friends, then y'all not going to be friends. My thing with Dorit is, if you didn't like her telling you to shut the F up, then you should have checked her the way she checking you now. Like, yes, I think Kyle is overreacting, but if you weren't comfortable with her telling you to shut the F up twice, then you should have checked her that night at the party. And Kyle says she did, she said no. She was like, we did talk about that situation, and she was like, I didn't want it to be like this. I wanted to come to you one-on-one and talk. So then Dorit gets upset. I guess she just felt like this was some BS, and she like, let's go. And I felt bad for PK, because I've been that person where you're having a good time, you mingling, but your ride is like, I want to go. And he was like, girl, do we have to leave? Because he was having a good time sitting with Mauricio and Rob and just like talking, having guys talk. And she just ruined it. And he was in the car like, girl, I didn't even get to eat. And she was like, you ate before. And he was like, yeah, but like, I'm hungry now. And I was like, yeah. I said, Dorit, you ruined that for him. And PK be getting on my nerves, but I felt bad for him because I was like, I'd have been mad at her. I'd have been mad at Dorit. I'd have been like, you suck. I'd have been moody. So it's the next day, and we see Garcelle and Sutton together. So Sutton is buying a Bentley. It was a nice Bentley. It was a nice green color. And I thought it was interesting. She said this was the first time she's ever bought a car without having to ask for permission. And I liked how Garcelle checked in on Sutton when she was like, girl, it's a lot of changes. Like, you buying this new car, which I might ask was $380,000. Baby. And Sutton shut down the store too. Sutton got long money. I don't know where she getting them, but Sutton got long money. But Garcelle did. I liked how she checked in on Sutton. She was just like, there's a lot of changes. Like, you're buying this car, you're buying this new house. Is there something going on? And Sutton said, maybe I'm having a midlife crisis. And I mean, it probably is very freeing. The fact that like Sutton is like, this is the first time I've ever purchased a car without having to ask my husband for permission. That's probably a freeing experience. I think Sutton got married when she was young too. So it's like she's on her own, like, I guess officially. And I guess she's just kind of like trying to figure out what she want to do with herself. But I thought it was cool. The car was nice. I've never really been into Bentleys, but I thought the color of that Bentley, like, I've never seen a green Bentley. I thought it was really nice. So then we get to Crystal. So like y'all said, I don't know. I'm not vibing with Crystal, but I definitely did like that we got an insight with her parenting. Like, it was cool. And I think she's a good mom. Like, I like how she keeps her kids in check. Like, she has this thing called whipped cream, ice cream, and sprinkles, where I guess, like, it's kind of like that thing they used to do with us in middle school, or no, not even middle school, elementary school. At my elementary school, we had, it was basically based off of like a traffic light, and it was a Velcro thing that Velcro to your desk. And it was like, if you were good all day, you kept green. Yellow meant that was a warning, and then red meant you were in trouble, and more than likely they were sending a letter to your parents. So I guess that's the concept she has, which I think is cool. She starts to talk to Rob about her bulimia, because he was surprised that she shared it with the ladies, and she didn't want her daughter to hear, but she also was trying to help. I guess she's trying to work on having this conversation with her daughter, because her daughter was talking about her legs being too skinny, and I guess that triggers Crystal, because she was like, I don't really like that word, and I think that's important. I mean, like, it's kind of hard to tell a 5-year-old, like, you can't say this word without actually explaining to them, like, yo, mommy had a bout with an eating disorder, and that word makes me uncomfortable. Like, she probably needs to have that conversation if that's really how she's feeling. She even said that Rob is like the nice parent or the coddling parent, and she's more straightforward, and she gets in they behinds. And she was like, they even have a 40s night where Rob watches the 40s movies with her with the kids, but she's not invited. And it made me think about that one time my dad locked me and my sister in the basement and forced us to watch all the Star Wars movies with him. Like, he was adamant that we was gonna watch Star Wars with him, and he legit had us in the basement with him watching Star Wars. It was a good thing our playroom was down there, because we was going in and out. I think he just gave up of like forcing us to sit in front of the TV. I just think he wanted us like there so we could listen to it. But like, I remember him being like, we're gonna watch this together. But I think that's cute that they have their own little thing. I do like her as a parent. I ain't vibing with her when it's with her versus Sutton, because I think she's just egging it on and dragging it out. Because Rob even said he likes Sutton, but she was like, she was on her best behavior. And I was like, that's normally how Sutton acts. I just think y'all just had a miscommunication, and you just taking it to a whole nother level. So then we see Sutton, and they're at Sutton's store, and we see Kyle and Kathy show up. And basically, she's boarding up because, the results of the election haven't been out yet. And she was like, y'all ain't about to bust my windows because y'all mad or rioting. But I will say, out of all the stores, like all the boutiques on Real Housewives, like Nene's boutique, Melissa's boutique. Who else has a boutique? I think those are the only two that had a boutique. I remember Kyle's boutique. I think Sutton has the best boutique. Like the clothes, even like the clothes looked really nice. And like I like the concept of her store. So they were at her store and she's basically like inviting all the ladies to a party. Kathy is so bossy. Like before they left the store, you hear in the overhead Kathy being like, so do you really need this desk in this area? And Sutton's like, yes, Kathy, we need this desk. And I guess Kyle says Kathy is like very bossy because she's used to being the oldest. So she's used to taking charge and like dictating things. I was like, Kathy, you can't come up in this lady's store and tell her where to put her stuff. No, be quiet. So then we see, what's her name? Sutton invites Erica. And Erica decide, like, you know, she hasn't RSVP'd or anything, but they wanted to invite her. I think it's a good thing that these group of ladies have been through divorce. Like Sutton's been divorced, Garcelle's been divorced. I think the only people that haven't been divorced is Crystal, Dorit, Lisa Rinna, and Kathy. I think those are the only, and Kyle are the only 5 that haven't been divorced. But I think it's nice that Garcelle, that's probably why Garcelle and Sutton kind of get along, because they kind of have similar backgrounds, because I think they are the only 2 that are divorced in the group. And so basically they want to welcome Erica in and give her the opportunity. So then we see Harry and Lisa. The garden that Harry created when all of this happened is a really beautiful garden. Actually, he looks very handsome with the white beard. Like, he looks very handsome. And it was crazy to see that they have their own fire hose. I was like, that's the one reason why I never see the appeal of California. Like, being from somebody who's only grown up in the East Coast and predominantly in the South, like the southern areas, all the mudslides, the earthquakes, and the wildfires that California has, I have never been like, oh, let me live there. And then the cost of living is so high. Like, I grew up in Northern Virginia, so like DC and Northern Virginia is expensive, but it is nowhere near what LA is. And it's wild how much they charge for LA for people to just live in a box. But yeah, I find it kind of funny that, what's her name? Like, Lisa is trying to give Erica all this grace, but you couldn't give it to Denise, who you was friends with for 20 years. Are y'all scared of Erica? Like, do y'all think Erica gonna throw hands with y'all? Really? So we get to Sutton's party. The party actually looks really nice. I guess it's like a mix of, like, it's a showcase of the pieces at her store, but also a party for the ladies. And it looks really nice. I'm getting tired of Kyle mentioning that that's her home and she's leasing it. Girl, if she's giving you $20,000 a month for rent, then that's her home. So shut up. Sutton really hates price tags. Kyle and Lisa got on the same dress. And Garcelle looked beautiful in that pinkish purple outfit, kind of like this hair I got on right now. And then Erica's dramatic ass pops up in there. And that's how it ended. It was hilarious. I loved it. But yeah, y'all, that is it. That is all. Please drop your comments below. I'm going to do another video about, like, a little gossip about what's going on with Erica, Tom, and even I found out some tea about Crystal. Don't know if it's true or not. But yeah, remember to be bravely authentic. And again, drop in the comments below and let me know what y'all like about this episode. And are you down for the next episodes and the shenanigans with Erica? Deuces.